Hello. Can I record you?
Sure. I want to welcome you to the San Marcos de Appalachia Historic Museum.
Alrighty, thank you. You work here?
I volunteer.
Do you live here?
I do, temporarily.
Temporarily.
Right. We have a fifth wheel travel trailer that we live in, and we come here for the winter and volunteer for the Florida State Park Service.
How do you get a gig like that?
Well, if you go online, you can pull up Florida Park Service, and it will bring up volunteering, and they have group volunteering. They have local people that live in the community locally that comes and volunteer, and they also have on-site volunteers that come and stay they can stay a month up to 16 weeks.
Up to 16 weeks.
At one park, and then you can move to another park if you want to do more than the 16 weeks.
Cool.
Yeah, we come here and we do, we're doing about 7 weeks of volunteering, and then we go home. We have a place, we live in the mountains in North Carolina. We're retired.
Oh, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I lived in North Carolina for a while. Cool place.
Yeah, we live in the most northwest county in the state. We live West Virginia on the north and
that's
Tennessee
up around
west.
Silva.
North of Sylvia.
North of
We're
Sylvia.
over 100 miles north of Sylvia. We're in Ashe County, which is about 40 miles north of Boone and Blowing Rock.
Boone, yeah.
Yeah, Boone's where Appalachia State University is located.
I was in Boone for 10 minutes.
Oh, well, it's a very busy little town in the mountains.
Yeah, there's a big like snow place up there.
They have
beach.
Right. Well, there's Beach Mountain Snow Resort. We also have Appalachian State
University.
Well, we have the university there, but we also have Appalachian Snow Resort.
Ah.
And that's right at Blowing Rock. That's the closest one into town. Then Beach Mountain, and then you have Sugar Mountain.
Sugar, yeah.
Sugar Mountain is out a little bit to the south.
I worked at Cataloochee one year.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. It's, we love it in the summer, but it gets pretty cold there in the winter.
It does.
We're about 10, 15 miles out. We're kind of up in, it's very rural where we're at. We're up on the North Fork of the New River.
So you come down here for the winter.
We come for the winter and volunteer, and then we go home for the summer and just do whatever.
Cool. Can you tell me a little bit about your RV? Is it just a regular RV?
Well, we're in a trailer. They have all different kinds out there. They have what they call pull-alongs, which is just a regular trailer that you can pull behind a truck, a car, or a truck will pull. We have a fifth wheel that hooks into the back of a pickup truck, and it has 3 slide outs. It's 35 foot long. We have it's self-contained, fully self-contained. Of course, they provide us a spot that has electric, water, and sewer hookups. So we have full hookups. We have everything that we would have if we were home.
Is it your trailer, or did you rent it?
No, it's ours. We have traveled and camped all over the United States. Made a trip in 2004 to Alaska and Canada for the entire summer, and we pulled our trailer and did that. So we did tent camping, pop-ups, and then they have trailers, and then we've gone to the fifth wheel, and then they have the motorhomes, which you can do.
So which do you like the best?
We actually prefer the fifth wheel because you can pull, unhook, and go wherever. If you do a motorhome, you have to pull a car or to have some kind of transportation with you.
Yeah. Can I get your name for the video?
You can. My name is Carolyn Ridenauer.
Cool.
I grew up in South Georgia, lived about 20 years in Middle Tennessee, and retired from Jacksonville, Florida.
So it's just you and your husband travel around?
That is correct. Many people do this.
No pets?
No. Well, we have one pet. We have a cat.
Cat?
Yes.
Big cat, little cat?
Medium size, I would
size.
call it, yeah. Stays inside, does not go out.
So you have litter and all that stuff?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Just like a regular house?
Just a regular house. It is.
All
My
right.
husband's out there working on the ramp out there.
I heard hammering.
Out on this north side of the grounds. He's out there building a ramp to go into the new utility building that they have here for the museum to put tools.
He said that there was a video.
There is.
What he said it was
All right,
18 minutes?
About 18 to 20 minutes. The video covers 400 plus years of history here. The first European history that came into here was Spanish. And then the Spanish, over a number of years, were here. They were in and out. The fort was built actually 3 times for the Spanish. First 2 times was built out of wood. The first one was destroyed, burnt by the French pirates. The second one was destroyed by a hurricane, a storm. And then the third, then they decided they needed to build it out of stone. So they used oyster shells and limestone and made coquina. And they made it across the St. Mark's River. And then they did the stones and cut them. We have what they call the keystone is here in the museum. And that's the piece that goes up that's shaped, that locks them all together.
Yeah.
And the Spanish actually didn't finish the fort because during that period of time before they finished it, they gave it to the British. They turned it over to the British.
Sold it to the British.
Well, I don't know how much they sold it for, but I guess they didn't want. Well, they were fighting back and forth at that time. So they turned it over to the British, and that was before we became the United States. Florida did not become a state until 1845. It was actually, I believe, in 1821, 28, somewhere along there. It was considered, Spanish by that time had taken it back from the British. The British had gave it back to them or sold it back to them. So then the Spanish turned it over to the United States. By that time we had become, the United States. And so they gave it, and it was Florida territory, and then it became a state in 1845. Florida state.
Florida state.
Yeah. There's a lot of history here. The video covers that period of history from the very early, from the beginning of the native Indians, which was Appalachia Indians, and the group was here. They were from Ockalockanee River to the Osceola River. That was their territory back. And then whenever the Europeans came in, then everything began to change. And they were eventually driven out by the American Indian War. Actually, Andrew Jackson came here. There was a battle at Horseshoe Bend. And
I'm from Horseshoe Bend.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you were familiar with what I'm talking about then. Okay. And then the Confederacy Army came here and did a post. The museum is set on the foundation of the Marine Hospital. There was a Marine Hospital built here in 1858. And that was for the sailors that were coming into port here that were sick. And then when the war began, the Confederacy came in and set up a post here to guard, I guess, St. Mark's and Tallahassee. Because the Union pretty much controlled all of the ports, or the sea around the coast of Florida. And after the Civil War, then this just they abandoned it, and it just kind of sat idle here and just went into disarray until 1960s. There was a group got together in the state, and they decided to put a museum on top of this foundation here.
Historical landmark.
Right. A lot of the artifacts that we have here in the museum has been, when they did a lot of the excavating here, these were found here on the grounds and in the river.
Cool.
So if you would like to see the museum, see the film, okay, be glad to show it to you.
Can I record it?
Sure. I don't know why you can't. There is a $2 charge to come into the museum. The grounds are free.
All right.
Okay. So if you want to do that, we can do that.